Hi, everybody. How are you guys? Welcome to Spiritual Sunday. I hope you're well and I hope you're having a good day. I felt compelled to do it in this particular way. Hi. I know some of you probably won't like this format, some of you might, but I just feel like this is a very intense week and I wanted to come on here so you guys could see me. Hi. I'm just going to go ahead and connect with the energy of the collective for the week ahead. Again, this is not a pick a card reading. So if that's what you want, then this is not the right place for you. It's more of a collective read regarding the energies that we can expect for the week ahead. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Spirit, can you please help me to connect to the energy of the collective? Please come forth with messages of truth, clarity, and accuracy for the collective so that they can have the best possible reading. Please bring forth what we need to know regarding the week ahead. We really, really, really want to say thank you for everything you do. We appreciate your love and your support and your care of us so much. And we just wanted to say a huge thank you. Please continue to guide the collective this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm hearing a song by Pink Floyd. I totally forget the name of the song, but it goes, it's something about like, I'm going to run, 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 run. And it just keeps repeating. So I feel like some of you are really feeling almost like you would like to run away from everything. Like there's this vibration of, it's too much for me and I want to like get out of this current energy. One of the things that you need to know is like, you can run, but that's not going to help you. There's definitely an emphasis on, facing things that have been buried for a long time. I am also seeing a lot of blue, so it's going to be very important this week to communicate properly, both with yourself, but also with other people. People might be prone to like misunderstanding you, and this is going to be a significant piece of the week ahead. It's like trying to make sure that people really are hearing you properly and are, actually listening to the things that you have to say. You might benefit from journaling this week, or like writing things down, making lists, checking them twice. There could be something that you plan right now for Christmas time. I'm hearing the name Annie. I'm also hearing Annabelle. So there could be news about Annabelle, that weird, creepy doll. I don't know why that's coming through. I'm seeing cougar energy. So some of you could be on the hunt. You could want to spend time by yourself, or there's like this analytical energy coming through. Some of you are working strongly with cougar this week. Okay. Yes, this is going to be an intense week. We have a big eclipse. We have the fall equinox. So let's tap in here. Spirit, what do we need to know for the collective regarding the week ahead? Three of Wands. This is a week where, you guys might be really looking at moving your ship forward. There's something about what direction do you want to go in? I feel like there could be some possibilities this week that you may decide to change the direction that you're steering your ship. Okay. So do not be afraid to pivot. Keep in mind that the eclipses can often bring up things that are sort of hidden, and it feels like a big shakeup, but ultimately it's more to get you aligned on your right path. Some of you could simply be traveling this week or booking travel this week, especially for like early next year or even spring of next year. But there is this big emphasis on where do you want to go with your life? Okay, like that's going to be a huge part of this week. Overall, I feel like you guys want to explore. Like there's this energy of like, I want to get out of the comfort zone. I'm ready to sort of push into a different space altogether. I don't want to be like maybe the same as anybody else. Someone here could be going on a cruise specifically. King of Wands. A lot of creative energy this week. Some of you may be dealing with a fire sign individual, a fire sign masculine, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You guys could have fire placements in your chart. There is somebody here around you who's going to maybe inspire you or help you to see things differently. And this is going to be quite an interesting week for that. Don't be afraid to push yourself outside of your comfort zone when it comes to connecting with other individuals, maybe even individuals that are quite different than you. Okay? We have a lot of wands energy, so this is definitely a good week for creative energy. This is a good week to sort of like push outside of your comfort zone. I feel like music could be very important this week too. So pay attention to the songs that you keep hearing. You can also ask Spirit specifically to share with you a specific song for a specific occasion. So if you are feeling like you want to gain information from music, this is a really, really good week to do that. Don't be afraid to like be inspired by other people too. It doesn't always have to be that serious. Listen to a podcast that's different than what you would normally listen to. Like read a book that's different, has a different opinion. Like this is really a week to challenge your beliefs. Some of you may be booking a holiday with a fire sign male. The Chariot. Cancer energy coming through. Sun, moon, or rising. Movement. I am getting a ton of movement this week, you guys. So if you've been feeling stuck in terms of your ship, you know, maybe not moving forward as quickly as you want, one of the things I'll say with that Chariot card coming through is like you are going to start to attract in a ton of movement. I'm getting a career advancement possibly here too, okay? It's for somebody. It's interesting because I was getting cougar energy and like this is like a beautiful lion. So there's a lot of emphasis here on forward momentum, really. And like also double checking with yourself about where do you actually want to go. This is a great time to book a trip or go somewhere that you've never really, you know, considered. I don't know why that's coming through. For instance, like this week I've started to have this like little inkling that I would like to go to Mongolia. Don't know why, don't know where that comes from. But for me, you know, I do typically book my trips based on intuition. Like that's just, to be frank, that's just the way it is. Like, don't know why I feel compelled to go there, but if I can get there, why not? So there's something here about pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone this week, but also letting yourself challenge yourself to expand or to look at things in a little bit of a different way. This is going to be a really good week to do that. It's a really good week for you to be very like honest with yourself about what you can do differently in order to get to where you want to go. Tell me more. The Magician. Lots of fire coming through. This is a great week for creative energy, you guys. Like if you're not being creative this week, you're kind of not really harnessing the energy properly. So please, please, please push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Aries energy coming through. Cardinal fire, creation energy. Magic, possibly. Good work. This is a good week to cast like a little, you know, spell. I'm not going to lie. Very, very good energy for that. Again, I want to go back to like the original question. Like, what do you want? What do you guys actually want for yourselves this week? Because I feel part of the thing is you will be asked to challenge yourself to really ask, like, what do I actually want? Pay attention to that the universe really does work in mysterious ways. So something that you think you might want, it could happen in a very surprising or synchronistic way where, you know, you end up being a little bit caught off guard by the way that things kind of fall into your lap. But it's a really wonderful week to steer your ship forward. And it's a really wonderful week to ask yourself those challenging questions, specifically about what you want and where you want to go next. Because I think that those questions are really paramount to your experience here. So don't be afraid to push yourself this week, especially when it comes to self-exploration. I think that that's a huge key. For those of you who can take a day trip this week or go somewhere new you haven't been, strongly recommend. I think that energy like that would be excellent. I got booted off. So let's go ahead and, connect with the second part of the reading. I want to use some oracle cards. But because I got kicked off here, one of the things I'll say is like, it's possible that you might get like kicked out of a program this week, or even just like have issues with tech. Classic, of course. So pay attention to that and just, be persistent. Like I decided, okay, I'm not going to ditch the whole video that I already filmed. I'm going to come back and review it later. So definitely just challenge yourself to like be, open to putting in effort, especially if it comes to fixing something here, or, getting your message out, because remember, I did see a lot of blue. So let's tap in. Spirit, tell me more about the collective for the week ahead. Tell me more about the collective, Spirit, for the week ahead. I love this. We have change. Okay. So yes, this is a potentially big week, right? Where a lot of things can change. It's like something that you thought was, maybe going in a specific direction. You might actually feel like, okay, actually things are maybe shifting differently than I thought that they would shift. Now, be open to this. There's no need for you to hold back from allowing change into your life. Change is such a blessing if you think about it. And what's that quote? Like, the only thing constant in life is change. That's really coming through. And it's true. The only thing constant in life is unfortunately change. So for those of you who don't like change, this could be a very, very big week for you, especially between now and like October 5th. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for you to step into a different experience, or to just like expand your understanding of self. I'm hearing that song, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. You guys might notice weird things about time this week too. Time may feel slow or fast. We have authenticity. Love this. Okay, so secondly, and very importantly, I think it's going to be critical this week to be able to approach things from a very authentic space. One of the things I will say is like, you do need to learn how to communicate honestly, and to connect with like who you are and what makes you different than everybody else. This is not the week to be a wallflower. Okay, this is a week to be more comfortable being visible and being seen. In fact, I'm really going to strongly encourage you yet again to use your throat chakra this week to communicate with other people, because not using your throat chakra will be, quite a heavy approach to things. You want to make sure you're speaking clearly. Some of you might have issues with your throat, so watch out for like, watch your health, okay, especially around your throat. Respiratory. Tell me more. Impact. You guys can create a lot of change this week, whether you realize this or not. It's like you have it's like, how do I want to put this? The impact that you're having on other people is greater than you realize. That's how I'll put it. So as you proceed with your week, keep in mind that the things you do matter. I know sometimes we think like nobody else in this world seems to care, so why the hell would I care? But I guarantee you, you have the ability this week to make quite a big change. It's going to be about you getting really comfortable with that and being able to be visible with other people, and also to understand yourself and understand that like, yeah, I do have a big impact and I can affect change. So, proceed with caution, but also proceed understanding that what you are here to do on this planet is very impactful. And because of that, you can really end up making a change, you guys. Like, you really can. We have courage. Some of you are being called to paths of bravery or paths of stepping up even when you really don't want to step up. So I'm going to encourage you this week to really work on being creative. And again, I'm really drawn to, I thought this was a cougar, but it looks like a lion. I'm not really sure. Big cats are coming through this week in a big way. Some of you could be connecting to cat energy. Think of that independence. Also that very mystical connection. Cats are very spiritual, right? But this is definitely a week to fine tune your courage. Sometimes it takes one person to step up. So don't be afraid to really challenge yourself to be that person. I know, like, that, what's that saying? Like, each person can create a big change in this world, or like each small candle lights a corner of the world. That is true. That is a fact, So I really want to encourage you to push yourself this week to be your most authentic self. So yes, that is what I have, collective. I'm sending you a big hug. May you be blessed this week. Remember, to lean into the chaos. I know it's hard, but please lean into it. It will help. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.